Oh wow, I'm live. Who knew? Cool beans. Today we're going to be doing the Black Knight Halberd. Stop. So once again, we're gonna start Thief because we like black fire bombs, but we also like um, the um, one the target shield, two black fire bombs, three bleed, bandit knife, and four master key. But we also like to be naked, so. As I was talking about in the other video, stamina management is difficult, so you want to not run out of stamina because there's a punishment for that. I'll explain once again. Um, Once you get to 0, you have to fill up your stamina bar fully, and then like a quarter of a second beyond that, and only then can you start sprinting again. I'll try and demonstrate that in a little bit. Past this little step, the uneven tile. There are 3 fire bombs, spam B. There are 2 fire bombs, and you're dead. Um, Slightly different placement if you're actually speedrunning and want to shave off 2 seconds. But I don't. I want to go slightly slower for no reason. Can you? Not? Thanks. Um, so stamina management, I'll show it in the next one. But if you are you find yourself accidentally stammed out is what it is referred to. You can just roll, and that'll reset your stamina punishment, I guess is what I'm going to call it. And or you can toggle your weapon or your shield. Ta-da! Fixed. Oh, I was going to turn on gadget elimination. 1 second. So there's a practice tool called Gadget Limage. I'll share that in my share a link to the GitHub for it in on the YouTube video. On all my YouTube videos, all the practice tools. Or I guess I could just show you the I'm gonna do it this way first. I can have a link to Speed Souls. I guess I could also post the links directly for the practice things like Save File Organizer and Gadget Limage. In case you wanted to be lazy or got lost, you literally just download them and run them. They're very small files. Um, but Gadget Mage makes it so that you can, as long as it's open in the background, you can't minimize it for some. I don't know why. But it automatically equips stuff. Hey, Action Man, how are you? Love you. Um, I was just talking to myself for the recordings about Gadget Limage and Safe File Organizer. Basically, it's an easy way to 100% guarantee Black Knight weapons. When you kill a Black Knight, so Black Knight Halberd for the Black Knight with the Halberd, Black Knight Great Axe, it's the Black Knight with the Great Axe, so on and so forth. Safe File Organizer is obvious. you save the files so you can practice specific fights. Or if you don't want to run back at Gwyn because you're lazy. This is going on YouTube, yeah. That's why I don't have any music on right now, unfortunately. Disfortunamente. I should probably turn up the in-game music. Sound, whatever. That doesn't matter. I don't like it being loud, so... Hora de comer. Okay, enjoy your food. I'm just doing a Black Knight Halberd route. Kinda boring, but... Gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So some people like to grab the shield that's right there. There's a shield and the Sword of Astora. The shield is... it's the highest fire defense and 100% physical defense, so they like to use it for Gwyn, just in case they mess up. But it is the middle parry animation, so it's not the slowest, but it's the second middle category. Not going to get RTSR, but RTSR is up there in case you want it. I'll demonstrate how to grab RTSR without boning out. It's pretty consistent. Eating while watching. Ooh, what you eating? My favorite shield type is maximum parry window. I don't like blocking. Because I am demonstrating, probably gonna die here. So I'm gonna peach bonfire. But you don't have to pick this bonfire. That one you want to parry a little late. You can parry almost at any time in that one. Oops. I'm just gonna go down here. Don't mind me. Sir, where are you going? So you want to bait him away. So you can go behind him. Like an idiot. Not do that. There we go. Medium shield. That's fair. Basically, you just want to knock him off the ledge. Because fighting him, you can fight him, but why fight him when you can just not? I like how he got the Black Knight sword. Shield. When the Black Knight shield is like a 5% drop rate, and the Black Knight halberd is a 17% drop rate with 0 humanity. So that's cool. Then we have the Gadget Mage. Because I hate resetting. Do I need to pick this up? I don't think so. So last time I showed duping, we're not going to dupe this time, but we are going to do send skip. So I'll be explaining that when we get there. I like medium shields. I don't like heavy shields. I just don't like heavy builds in general. So you literally just have to do 1 damage and then throw a black fireball and it dies. You don't need a weapon, you just backhand it if you want to. But we need, let's see, we need 1, 1, 2, 2, 4. So that's 10, we need 10, I don't need to do send skip. But we do need 10 total to get to +5 halberd. But conveniently, I'm not a dex user. Shut up. I'm a strength user. But I don't like armor, so I'm not gonna use it. So we're going to buy the weapon smith box because we don't ever have to come back here. Unlike the other builds, you don't need to get the embers, you just need to get 10 twinkling titanite, which is why, for the most part, speedy boys like to use it. Minimum stat requirements, lots of damage, lots of poise damage. Especially if you have RTSR, it chunks. He's a Dex user. Oh god, no! So what normally happens is they pick up, they consume the souls on the way in. I guess I could pick this up. On the way down the elevator that we rode a little bit ago. And up. And, so once you consume the souls, you should have enough after killing Black Knight and not spending any of your Asylum souls on levels like I did. You should have enough to buy the weapon smith box, the pickaxe, and 2 small titanite shards and a couple of arrows. Oh, maybe you don't need the arrows. But the point is that you, yeah, I am doing a walkthrough of a Deathless route, items you want to pick up, boss order that you want to do, to increase the odds of an intermediate or beginner player in this game. These guys hurt. We can parry them. Or we could just run and jump. Run over them. But up. So it resets the position and their aggro. Which is nice. Sometimes these guys on the side drop down, so I'm just gonna parry them. Let's see. What was I saying? Nice. Partial. Oh, the reason why we're using the dagger is because of bleed. Like last time. Hey, German crowd. Like last time, we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Nope, never mind, we're good. 1, 2, 3, bleed, walk away. 1. Alright, so you have to just walk around him, smack his tail, and you should be able to keep him mental. If not, no big deal. Oops. Just run behind him. Don't lock on. Locking on sucks. Don't do it. When in doubt, don't. See, he'll just keep doing it. I lied. When in doubt, pull out. You're right. When in doubt, just walk away. We don't need the item. We just want the souls. Because we'd have to go get the embers in order to do to utilize it. But we're gonna pick it up because I might pick up the lightning lightning spear in the mimic at the bottom of Stench Fortress. So, because we got a bone and we want the souls, but we don't want to stick around, we're going to run on the left-hand side, bait out an attack, pick it up just to the side, press X, and most of the time you're not going to get hit at all. He can kill you if you mess up. So what we need is 18 dexterity, 22 strength. We don't have enough strength. Nice. Alright, well, it doesn't matter because what we're going to do is not use that weapon. We're going to actually use the regular halberd to unlock Lotrick, knock Lotrick off, and use the Fap Ring so that we don't fat roll with our halberd. What we can do is we can consume the souls that we picked up along the way. It should be able to get us to 22. Perfect. We want to get this up to 12 for vitality. No, 12 endurance and 11 vitality. For RTSR. Was it 12? I think it's 11 vitality. Basically, I'll show you later on in Sin's Fortress why we want at least 12 vitality if we're going to use RTSR. Red Tearstone Ring, which gives you a percent increase of your damage. God of Dark Souls, not by any stretch of the imagination. I just know Black Knight Halberd is what I'm talking about. BKH. RTSR, Red Tearstone Ring. If you're, I think it's 25% or is it 20% of your max HP, you will activate RTSR. And it gives you a mucho damage-o. Oh. Swim through... I could swim through air with this naked build. So, you don't have to do this, but I'm choosing to. Pick up the halberd. We have more than enough strength and agility, or dexterity, to wield it. We're going to use it to kill the hollows up above. Yeah, speedrunners just kind of run past everything. But we want to unlock Lotrick. Ooh, smart lights are fun, yeah. It's a lot easier to use the halberd to kill all these buddies. This is gonna aggro, and I don't like him, so we're just gonna kill him. For the most part, you can just walk around his attacks. And he drops a small Titanite shard, which is nice, because we'll need that later on. Actually, I think we can... We don't even need the halberd. Never mind, ignore me. We already have the 22 strength, which is the minimum stat in strength, as long as we have 18 dexterity, in order to successfully wield Black Knight Halberd with 2 hits. And once again, Black Knight Halberd is just broken. The amount of base damage that you do, scaling sucks ass, so we're just going to use 20 strength to wield it. 22 strength. We don't need to invest any more strength. The rest is in endurance and vitality. Titanite shard. What the fuck? Alright, action man. We're gonna rescue Lotrick. We're gonna pick up this so we can unlock the shortcut. As you remember, last time we picked up at least 30 humanity, and that'll allow us to unlock the shortcut. So what I think I'm gonna actually change up. Normally I go back down, pick up Lotrick's Fap Ring, and then come back up. I think this time we're just gonna stay up here, because we're not gonna be doing a whole lot of dodging. We should be able to just walk around most of the attacks that the bastards give us. We should also be able to, since we're already medium rolling, we should be able to put that on our back. Logic? No, Lotrick. Lautrick. Yeah. The downside to BKH is that it's heavy as balls. We want to chop off its tail because it staggers the bad boy. I fucked up, so that's on me. Because you're supposed to do a running R1. Like, almost all of your attacks should be a running R1. Because it just does a lot of damage. Logic's newest album is that it's his last. Oh. I don't know who Logic is. Feel like I should. I grew up under a rock, so in case you were wondering. So we killed gargoyles. That was cool. So do we want to? You know what? It's great. We're gonna go buy some bones. Living under Dwayne the Rock John. So, we're going to buy, like, I don't know, 6 bones. That should be more than enough for our playthrough. But we also like, oops. Yeah, apparently he can roll that. Oops. We like humanity, and he gives twin humanity. So that's a free 4. Gives us a little bit of wiggle room if we want to use single humanity in the future. Now we're going to level up our endurance to at least 12. We need 4,000. So we need to at least pop our smallest one, which will give us enough to reinforce the weapon to +2, which is nice. We can take this off now because we need to kick Lotrick off the ledge. You can kill him by R1, running R1, and then follow up with an R1. Or you could do an R2, follow it up with an R1. I think it takes 3 hits to kill him with a +2 weapon. Or you just kick him off the ledge and log out and log back in and ta-da, done. That's what I'm gonna do. Dwayne Cock Johnson. Alright, Action Man, calm down. I should really get more water, please. I do a lot of talking. You don't have to do all these rolls. I just like to do it because it's fun. No other reason. We're gonna kill all those people again. We're not gonna kill Petrus until all of them are there, Petrus, because if you kill him and you forget that you killed him, you the next time you run through and they're there, they'll aggro, and there's just no reason. So why would you wait until the souls pop up in your inventory? I think you can quit out faster than I did, but it's not a speed run, it's a deathless run, so you don't really need that second. And besides, if you're doing a speed run, you don't pick up this ring anyway. Cool. So now that we picked that up, we're gonna talk to her, give the Firekeeper soul that we picked up earlier on. Then we're gonna go kill a girl. I think we're just gonna take that off. Okay. We don't need this because we already picked it up. I lied. We want it. So going down the front way to Blighttown is just so much longer, so we're not gonna do that. Because we're doing 80% Deathless, we're not doing all bosses. Even if we're doing all bosses, I don't want to do that route. It's nice if you're doing all achievements, but it's not necessary, so we're not gonna do that. Remember to as you're running, hold up the block in case you need to roll so you don't accidentally run and jump when you're trying to dodge one of their attacks. You can also just strafe. All of their attacks are pretty slow as long as you know how much they can pivot. You can probably just dodge everything without walking. You don't have to actually do anything other than walk. Ooh, almost went a little too early. So we don't need the bonfire because our weapon's really broken. And we're gonna do about 1 health bar, I think, worth of damage. Unlike the last time, we don't need to pick up the souls back there, and we don't need to pick up the large cyanide chart because we don't need anything other than twinkling titanite. Sometimes, if you really want to, you can get the you can go kill the toxic guys. I don't know what they're called, the little ninja guys that shoot darts at you that are toxic. You can kill those guys. Sometimes they drop blooming grass, moss, sorry. Blooming purple moss and regular purple moss. You can actually drop those for the bird to get 2 twinkling titanite from the blooming purple moss. The regular purple moss gives you 1 titanite, twinkling titanite, and you can stagger if you running R1 per face. I'm inside of her, so I don't want that. Dodge into the legs. You don't have to dodge the last one because she doesn't strafe that hard. Remember that the singular one can go a very wide range, so you want to just keep strafing. You can do crit damage if you hit her body, her human body. And remember that there's a lingering attack animation if you, when she does the boom booms, it has a lingering hit, so be careful with that. Don't go in too early. What I was saying is, all the moss give you, if you trade it with the birds and the Undead Asylum, they'll all give you Twinkling Titanite. Red and regular purple will give you 1 Twinkling Titanite, which is what we're going to do. And 2 Twinkling Titanite, like I said, for the blooming purple moth. So we're going to farm those from the tree dudes in the garden where the butterfly is, and see not see. I messed up this time, but you can roll through the damage like I've said the last time. The last time makes no sense if the videos are out of order, so I'm referencing my first video, which is the Great Club route. So Great Sword to Great Club, which is not my preferred, but if you rather have Great Club versus BKH, I don't know why you would, but by all means, do what you want. So we don't need to heal because we're not going to actually fight him. We're going to backhand him 8 times. Steal some clothes, backhand him, and bone home. Remember that we don't want to pick up any bonfires prior to this, so it's faster, right? It'll teleport us back up to Firelink Shrine, where we can walk back to Undead Parish. Now, you don't actually have to sit at Firelink Shrine. You can just run all the way down from Undead Parish, but I like to sit at the bonfire to replenish my 10 Estus, so when I go to Smorn Ornstein, I don't have to worry about it too much. I also, you really want to make sure that you pick up the longbow with the feather arrows right after you pick up. Um, One second. Right after you pick up the Black Knight Halberd, because you'll want it for the rafters in an Orlando to cheese them. You don't need all 12 arrows, you only need like 5 or 6. Yeah, 6 of the arrows that you're using. What else am I thinking of? What's up, Petrus? So after we kill Simone Ornstein and come back here, that's when the actually no, they come back after Sen's Fortress. So if you enter Sen's Fortress, it triggers their arrival to Firelink Shrine. So that the maiden and her 2 guards. If you do their quest line, you can get miracles if you're doing all achievements. You have to save her though from not only her bodyguards when you go down to the Tomb of the Giants. They go hollow. She does not. But she's like, oh, woe is me, and that's where you drop down. You get kicked down by Pate. Pate's his name in Dark Souls 2. His name is Patches, the hyena. So Patches kicks you down. You collect a skull lantern, 2 Proud Knight souls, and you also get. We're gonna buy Crest of Artorias. Yeah. So we're gonna buy Crest of Artorias. I'll explain it in a minute. As I was saying, there's the Skull Lantern, which we'll use for the Fog Ring, which we'll use for Duke's Archives. You drop it into the bird's nest, and the birds will give you that item. Whee! Going back to the previous statement. That's why you lock on with the running R one. Sometimes I whiff. And whiffing sucks. So right now we're trying to get all 3 of the moss before we head down to an Orlando. On our way to Sif. So we can get 50,000 souls, so we can level up that much more. Sif, you can kill him with a +2 fairly easily, so that's why we're going to do it now. And we need to kill him for stuff later anyway. Let's see. I'm going to grab this because I don't want to run all the way back from the parish. Actually, let's just do 12, 13. What was I saying? Well, rafters, and Orlando. Just trading with the birds. I forgot. Whatever. So while this is opening up, we're gonna go kill the 3 guys back over here, and you can loot the souls. We're gonna assume that we're going to get at least 1 full moss, right? Nope, blood. Don't pick up that item until after you kill these guys, because it'll spawn them. Hey, we got all 3. So now we get plus. We can get a +3 weapon, unless we... Actually, no. We get a +4 weapon. Yeah. Do we want to do a +4 weapon before we fight Sif? I don't know, I hate backtracking, so if you know the fight with Sif well enough, you don't need backtracking, right? Backtracking is boring. But if you want to peach it, you can go back to the Undead Asylum. Again, I'll show you guys how to get back there. We did that at the beginning of this, using the bleed, right? So I'm not going to show you again, but go back there, drop the items, one item at a time. Drop an item, quit out, come back in, pick up the item, drop the item, quit out, come back in, so on and so forth. For all three of the moss. That'll give us a total of 4 Twinkling Titanite. We already got 2 Twinkling Titanite from the Crystal Lizard, and that'll get us to +4, which should just get us to the end game perfectly fine. But if you really want to, not enough levels. I think you need 16 endurance. If you really want it, there's another Crystal Titanite Lizard in a barrel right before Taurus Demon, right? Nice. That was a little greedy. Shit RNG. Right about now, he's gonna go slow and sad. I'll eventually show what it looks like when he goes into the second phase, which is really not a second phase, it's just a sad phase. So that's it. Woo. Guess I didn't need to peach him. I misremembered. It's not 50,000 souls. It's 40,000 souls. Unless 10,000. Okay. 56,000 total. We don't need any boss souls, so we're not going to. We're gonna get 18 endurance. I guess 17 strength. Kind of making it up as I go right now. I haven't done this particular pack before. I normally just do Sen's Gate, cheese, with the Lightning Spear, and RTSR, cheese the Iron Golem off the ledge, and then run to Anorlando. The Iron Golem's souls is more than enough to get us to be able to use a +3 with that route, a +3 Black Knight Halberd versus Smoan Ornstein, but why not use a +4, right? So that's what we're gonna go do. We're gonna run all the way back. Sit at the Undead Parish bonfire. Then we're gonna run down to Undead Asylum. The bird that picks us up from Firelink Shrine. Probably kill the hollows with the torches. You don't technically have to, but it's safer, so we're gonna do that. You know what? I have it, so I'm going to buy one. I'm gonna get a +2 for our our longbow, so that it's easier for us to secure the aggro from what's this bucket? I actually don't remember his name. It's the guy that gives us the key to unlock the 4 kings. To drain the swamp. Yeah, I don't remember his name. Oh well, not important. So in order to do one level up for Black Knight Halberd or all Black Knight weapons, you need 2,000 souls plus the ingredients. So for these weapons, it's the +1 is the ingredient is 1 Twinkling Titanite. To get to +2, you need 1 Twinkling Titanite. +3 is 2 Twinkling Titanites. +4 is 2 Twinkling Titanites. And +5 is 4 Twinkling Titanites. Or is it 3? Fuck. Whatever. By the time you get to +4 to 5, you have more than enough souls to just buy it outright from the giant blacksmith. Wow, I suck. Wow, I suck. That's why you lock on. If you do it in between them, you can just kill both of them. Guess who fucked up? Alright, so we're going to drop. So if you get the fog ring, you don't even have to interact with those guys. You can just go the back way. I'll show you the back way. To the nest, that is. If you have the fog ring. If you have the fog ring and... Oops. If you have the fog ring and the slumbering dragon crest ring, most things won't detect you unless you're like right in front of them, already killing them because you're doing a running R1. And the last one. So when you drop items for the birds, I think this one's Snuggly the Crow. Pickle Pea is Dark Souls 3. Anyway, you can only drop one item for a trade. So Rubbish will give you 1 Titanite chunk. The Skull Lantern will give you fog ring. Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry. I said I was going to teleport back, and I also said I was going to show you the back way. So you just go here and drop down, and you're at it. But they can hear you sometimes, so be careful. Pay attention. If they heard you, deal with it. However you wish. There's a list. If you really want, there's a list of you know what, I'm actually going to do this instead. If you really want to, there's a list of the types of items that you can get. Clearly I'm still tired. Just to guarantee that we can kill everything we need to with a bow. A +3 bow, with however many stuffs. That's here. Oh, right. So what I was going to do is I was going to pop all the souls that I had to level up my halberd to +4, but I didn't have enough souls to get that. I only had enough souls to do a +3. So we don't one hit everything in here anyway. We 2-hit things. So I'm just going to keep it at +2 for now. Pick up the souls on the way. And apparently drag these guys with me. Nah, we're good. So, like I said earlier, the Black Knight Halberd does a lot of poise damage. I'm good at this game, guys. Promise. Yeah, I'm just gonna... So... if you do it right, you can just run straight through. You don't have to stop at all. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. We don't have to stop at all until we backhand one sorceress, and that's it. Don't have to fight anything, we can just drop. And I'm gonna do the non-quit out method, because I want to show you guys how to not have to quit out. So she's going to do that, which is not cool. You can actually trigger that. Sometimes you get her killed, sometimes you don't. But it doesn't matter. Wait until that goes. And immediately start sprinting. Sometimes that sorceress runs down, sometimes not. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna keep running. You can actually just run. You don't have to wait for the boulder. You don't have to fight anything. Just keep running. So if you're doing RTSR and send skip, I like to pick that up with the talisman. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to show you how to do it in the first place. So if you remember at the very beginning, I dropped down into the elevator right away, and I picked up 2 things from 2 chests. We picked up the Lloyd's Talisman, and we picked up 6 Homer Bones. So the Lloyd's Talisman actually helps us loot this. So with the last time, it's Lightning Spear. It does a lot of poison damage to stuff in armor, like, I don't know, an Iron Giant at the top of the fortress. But it really helps. I think you only have to do 3 or 4 auto attacks with RTSR and the Lightning Spear once. You have to make sure you navigate. You have to position it so he's perpendicular to the pathway, so he actually falls off the ledge. So if you're setting up RTSR, you run and jump, and you get hit by the last one and you dodge. Not with our current HP, but that's with the HP of 12 that I mentioned earlier on. If you're doing send skip with RTSR, and you don't feel confident or don't want to, if you want to go a little bit slower and not use the war pick, not the pickaxe, the war pick, that is 2,000 souls at the Andre the blacksmith. We don't need to pick up anything. I picked up the souls because I want to. What speedrunners like to do is they like to run and jump over that to pick up grass, green grass, the stuff that increases your stamina regen. But I'm not gonna do that because that's just not how I vote. So with this, we're going to just walk on by it, I guess. Yeah, we don't need the +4 for the Iron Golem. The difference between a +2 and a +4, since we're cheesing him off the ledge. Anyway, we don't have to actually kill him outright with the Black Knight Halberd. So we're going to make this guy Angies at us. We're gonna hide. It's gonna attack once. We're gonna show our face. We're gonna come back in. We're going to hit him. And he... There we go. There we go. He's gonna do the stompy stomps. Wow, 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 wow. Wham, wham, wham. I'm so Angies. And you're like, haha, you're an idiot. And since we're not going to use anything with... Technically, if you really wanted to, you can grab this to get the Lightning Spear to +1. If you really wanted to. And you don't actually have to kill him. And just stay for the back. So for this, you have to remember that he's gonna throw the axe, right? And so if you have those bumps in between you and him, you just run straight at him, and it won't do jack. Let's see. It should be 5 hits. Okay. Nope. 6. 7. Interesting. 8. 9. There we go. 10. 11. 12. So apparently it does matter if we get +4. Well, you know. We had enough souls that we picked up along the way, and if you kill things, you have enough souls to actually sit down at the bonfire at the top of Sense Fortress. Oh. Do we want the ring? So in the last playthrough, I killed Picard's rapier, so it's Ricard. We killed Ricard, ran past him, and picked up the rare ring of sacrifice. Yeah, rare sacrifice ring. Rare ring of sacrifice, and we used that for when we killed ourselves to see. So it is 4 Twinkling Titanite. So that's, yeah, 10 total. Twinkling Titanite that we need to get to +5. Finishing your sentence, Daniel. Good job. More levels, because why not? I like even numbers, so that's why. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. Alright. So we're going to run over here, and we're going to shoot this motherfucker. The reason why we're going to pick this up is because I think... Well, do we actually have to pick this up? You might not. If I remember, a +5 Crystal Halberd is better against Seath if... With RTSR, +5 Crystal Halberd with Gold Pine Resin does more damage than a +5 RTSR Black Knight Halberd. I don't like using RTSR against Seath, because the damage from his little crystals, the damage over time that they do is annoying. I try not to do that. Do I have enough to wield the shield? Yay! Finally. We're going to ignore the gargoyle because we don't have to fight him. I don't like doing the run and jump onto this. It sketches me out every time. Because then you have to quit out if you miss. Then you just stand here and auto-attack. As he falls, he dies. You don't have to kill these guys, you can just run. But I'm going to just in case you don't feel comfortable. See, the thing is, if you roll away from them and they catch you with that leap, they can actually instantly transition to a backstab animation and wreck your face, which is really weird. Oh, I guess I can still do a fast roll. So we shot there because he's there, right? And that's above him. And we shoot over here because there's no rafter underneath it. He goes in to investigate, but his destination to investigate is actually not on a rafter. So he just walks off the rafter and dies. He has a different strat for doing it, but this is more consistent because they don't do leap strikes. And here, fire up here somewhere. It's like, what was that? Let me investigate. Wah! Splat. You could also just run through the whole thing and then run and jump. And do that. You don't actually have to fight any of them, you don't have to kill any of them, you just pull up your shield and run. But sometimes they like to do the leap strike, immediately canceling it and turning it into a backstab. So that's why it's inconsistent. And that's why, and then you do a plunge attack, it's gonna pop off his tail, and then you auto attack once, and he's dead. In case you were worried about him chasing you and you didn't want to quit out halfway up the staircase. That's an easy way to do it. You can do that with a +3 weapon, but I think you have to hit him twice afterwards. So make sure you have enough stamina to hit him twice afterwards if that's your objective. So no-hit runners like to have RTSR setting up by dropping from there down the stairs, and it does just enough life to where you drop 4 or 5 times, and it'll give you RTSR, so you can do 127 damage to these guys. Because they like to use bow strats against the guys down below. But they don't follow you, so I'm not going to do that. Dodge. Whip out our bow real fast. Do not shoot these guys in the head, just shoot them behind. Whee! What's up, dude? And he'll leap back to his death. You don't have to fight these guys either. And the Black Knight Halberd will actually allow you... You know what, buddy? Black Knight Halberd, as long as you time it right, if you time it incorrectly, you can actually have them... the hitbox of the tip of your weapon won't actually hit them if you hit between the legs. So you have to make sure that you time it so a little bit before they leap up or a little bit after they leap up, but before the animation finishes, so they hit you with their lightning spear, which does a shit ton of damage, because we're naked. Always be prepared for the likelihood of him throwing spear. And if you're running down this this pathway, right, around where my head is at, if you're just sprinting and nothing else, for some reason you just take damage. Because it says, oh hey, you're moving and there's an elevation change and damage. You're gonna take it. Which is kind of cool. Do you hit this guy? Just make sure you don't get shot in the back. It happens. I find that it's a matter of timing, because, once again, these arrows track very well. They're ridiculous in how well they track. They can track around corners. And so I think that's what happens, because the archer behind you is actually... So there's the pillar, there's the rafter, and the archer's like right here. And you end up over here, waiting for the Silver Knight over here to do his thing. So this guy, if you space it incorrectly, can actually shoot, and it will follow you and hit you in the back. Or if you're too far back here, it'll shoot and be around the pillar. You'll reposition so he can hit you. So be careful in how you approach that. You can get shot in the back. So if you have your headset on, you can listen for that. I'm just gonna level up health, because why not? If you're good at the game, which I'm not, if you're good at the game, you'll just not level up much health at all after 12, because you want to have easy setups for RTSR. I'm gonna kill that guy. 2 hits. I'm gonna do that because in case you miss the banister, he can follow you up. He can follow you up and wreck your day if you miss a couple of times in a row. So if we have enough souls, we can actually outright buy the next 4. I think it's 8,000, 6 or 8,000 per Twinkling Titanite to be purchased from the giant. We don't have those souls. We don't need those because we're actually going to be passing a couple of Titanite lizards later on. So we're just going to not. We don't need it. You can actually use the knight that we killed down below at the bottom of the staircase. We can use the knight to hit us once with a lunge attack or twice with a swipe. You jumpy bitch. Nice. I'm gonna die. Probably. Fuck off. Fuck this game. He's not always a jumpy bitch. And that's why I grabbed the bonfire, because I knew this was gonna happen. So if you have RTSR, you can use this knight down here as a setup to do most of your health. You'll get used to knowing how much fall damage you can take by leaping off the staircase here. And so you can calculate how much you need to take damage. You can use a shield without 100% physical resist. And that'll help you take more or less damage. You can set up your RTSR appropriately. Or if you are no-hit runner, there's a lot of different ways you can set it up, and I'm sure you know how to do that, so I'm not going to tell you. Oh, nice. RTSR, boys. And those track really well, so be careful with that. He's going to do a lunge attack through the pillar, because that's Ornstein. And Snow's going to kill us. So there are 2 of those... There are 2 of those lightning attacks that Ornstein can do. One's fast, one's slow. And obviously you want to read which attack he's doing. Because if you dodge for the slow attack, but he's actually doing the fast lightning, it puts you in position to take a lot of damage. And so the reason why they like RTSR for this fight is because you can actually 3-hit Ornstein. Dude, Bo... Smo is really happy with that shovel. Holy shit. Nice. The hitbox is not generous. Okay. This is annoying. Careful, you can still get hit by that animation. The shovel animation. While it's in cutscene, there's actually a lingering hitbox. So that's nice, nice. Nice shovel. The difference between Smo and Ornstein is that the Smo jump and sit actually has a wider, longer animation than Ornstein. So make sure you don't have the lingering hitbox of the lightning. Are you kidding? These guys are jumpy boys today. You can actually punish that by just walking behind them. Are you kidding me? His body can actually, his body has a hitbox. So what happened there was the second to last attack. If the hitbox of your weapon hits his hammer, it cancels the damage to his body throughout the rest of the swing. I hate that hammer, and the hitbox for the hammer extends a little bit closer to his hand down the handle than the image. So just take it slow. I hate Smo and Ornstein, not because they're hard, but because they're so glitchy. I've actually had Ornstein do the crouch fly class room and lunge at you, right? So he did that, but halfway through the animation, he canceled that lunge. Right? He was already flying across the room, he canceled the lunge halfway, did a jump, leap, and halfway through the leap, he landed, canceling that animation and continued the lunge across the room animation. And I wasn't expecting that, because it's not supposed to happen. And it killed me. Because I had RTSR. It was total bullshit. So once again, we don't pick up that bonfire because we don't need it. So, now we're going to go down to Nito after we level up our faith to 15. And to go down to Nito, we have to go back to Firelink Shrine, and we have to put down the Lord Missile. Sorry, Treadlips. Oh yeah, you have to sit down. If you remember, Homeward, the spell, and the Bones and Dark Sign. All three of those will teleport you back to the last bonfire you sat at. And that's important. Because if you warp to a place, and you're like, oh, I'm just going to come back to the place that I warped. If I die, it's no big deal. Nope. You'll go all the way back to the place where you sat down to warp to where you warp back to. Does that make sense? So in this case, the last place I sat down was in Orlando. Right? Oh my god. Sorry, I'm not focusing well today. You can quit out on this as soon as you do the animation, and that'll reset the skeleton so you don't have to sit at the bonfire. What was I saying? Okay, so after I get the Lord Vessel, if the last place I sat at was the Princess's bedchambers, which is where we were, that bonfire that I did not light. If you sat down there, say, warped to Firelink Shrine, right? Nice. Nah. I had a feeling they were gonna do that. Spitting is quitting? What? I'm not sure what you said, I'm sorry. Oh, if he's asleep, you smack him, or you quit out and log back in and he'll be awake again. But if you smack him, there's an animation of like, you don't have to do me like that, and he slowly gets up and it's really slow. So if you're a speedy boy, don't like slow's bad. Oh. No, I don't have the skeleton lantern yet. Never mind. We already unlocked the path, so I'm just going to run. I'm not gonna bother. There's a more secure way to do this. I'm actually gonna show you guys. the no-hit strat. So in case you don't want to die, like I did, you're going to pull that trusty bow. You're going to shoot this dude, because for some reason he can hit you while you're trying to bait out the skeleton that I'm going to show you in a minute. You can actually chain headshots if you're good at the game, which I'm not. So you just stand over here. He's gonna be like, "Ha!" and throw himself off the edge. And what you do next is you pull out the trusty bow again. You shoot the bastard. Stand over here. Nope, this isn't gonna work. Oh, it did work. Nice. And you take out this guy by missing your weapon. Cool. So you take more fall damage if you have a higher equip load, so we're not gonna have that on. Sticky landing. Those guys blow up. And they'll kill you because you took damage from falling. There's another way that I like to use, which is using the Griggs route, which I'll do another video of. Same RTSR, or yeah. It'll be Black Knight Halberd or Black Knight Greatsword, depending. Fuck. Oh. Nice. I'm probably gonna die here. Because this game's good. Firebombs are good for this section. But I don't like them. Whatever. That's no big deal. Just, yeah. Run that. What no-hit runners like to do is they like to drop down and use firebombs. But you can also use the blacksmith hammer, and at the very bottom end of the animation you can actually tip their bone wheel as they're rolling, which is kind of cool. I fucking hate this place. Probably should get that bonfire, but my pride is too great. I guess you have to stand for the back. The reason why these guys are so dangerous isn't because they're dangerous, it's because the bleed. Yeah. Get at me, boy. Nerd. I've actually accidentally angled it wrong and rolled off the ledge. Off the cliff. Oh yeah, so I'll show you guys spook quitouts, which is just a fancy way of you cast fall control and then you are you kidding me? Cast fall control and you run and jump off the ledge, and as you die you quit out, and when you come back into the game you're not dead, you land with full health, exactly where you come back into the game exactly where you left. That makes sense. So the clone's fireballs can hit you in the back, so if you're doing no hit, just read the room, yes. Nice, Mask of the Mother. that increases our HP like the Fap Ring. I think that actually makes us. I'm gonna take down. There's a soul back there in case you need consumable souls. So here, scary, woo, no. But if you roll through the skeleton, fall down into this coffin. There's many different strats. This is the one that I've been using for ever. Fall down here. Roll. Because it's the roll that propels you, not the regular roll. Because for some reason, you get boosted momentum when you roll off ledges sometimes. And land here. Sometimes a skeleton, the skeleton that I killed by the fallen strike, if you don't kill him, he can show up behind you. Excuse me. And that sucks. So we're not going to try to do that, right? We don't like dying. Or having giants land on our head and then killing us in one blow. So Patches kicks you down. We don't like that. So we're just going to go ahead and kill him. He gives us humanity and Crescent Axe, and as I described before, Crescent Axe is mucho bueno. Gonna get some large souls, not that we really need it, but why not? Just in case. And then we're gonna bone out. The reason why we wanted this one and not any other bonfires is because you can actually teleport to this bonfire. The other ones in this area, there are 4 in Remastered. There are 3 others. So in Remastered, there are 5 total on your way down through the catacombs and all that. In Prepared to Die Edition, there are 4 because in Remastered, they gave you a bonfire at Vamos the Blacksmith. Which we'll be doing another playthrough where you get plus 15 fire or plus 5 chaos for your halberd or your scythe, which we'll be doing a playthrough of just the regular scythe. So many playthroughs, so many different methods to beat this game, which is cool. Right, we're going to get the fog ring. We're going to warp to Firely Try. Gonna go back up the elevator, go back to the crow's nest. Go back to Snuggle the Crow. Snuggly. Snuggle Picklebee. I don't know. I don't remember his name in this one. Are they there? No, they're not. Tell me, did they go down? Do I have to talk? We'll find out. I don't remember. Oh, if you want Homeward, it's 4,500 souls, I think, from Patris. But I don't use Homeward. Although I guess we could put it into the build so you don't have to buy bones. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still playing around with this build, but the general gist is to do the bosses in the order that I'm doing them. Someone's doing some noises outside. So no hit runners do the bonfire on the other side of the gate that drops down at the beginning when you figure out that you're not strong enough to kill the Asylum Demon with just your fist or the broken ring thing. People do it. Obviously, you can also do Wow, my brain is just dead. Firebombs for the Asylum Demon, like I did. Jesus Christ. Oh, actually we want this guy. Because we're gonna do a running attack and blap! Oh, it doesn't kill him. That's awkward. I'm gonna die. I didn't die. Nice. Do I have enough? Okay. I didn't know it wasn't enough to kill him. Maybe if I have 32 strength? So it takes 32 strength to be able to wield this weapon with one hand. I'm gonna die to the arrow. I'm gonna die to falling down. I didn't die to falling down or the arrow. Black Knight can be behind us, so we're gonna try to be quick. Run and jump. If you mess up, no big deal. Just follow the wall to your right and you'll be safe. Make sure you fall down not off the map. Everyone makes mistakes. In this particular instance, my mistake was that I didn't put down the Lord vessels, so the gates aren't down. Easily remedied. We don't need them. We're just gonna wake him up. Whee! Technically you can kill him, but you have to have, you have to cheat to hack. His life regen is nuts. Why do I not kill them in one blow? It's really weird. So since we don't kill them in one blow, we're just gonna try and run and block and run around him. I don't know how no-hit runners do this section. I never pay attention past this point. Maybe RTSR with the halberd? I don't remember. Oh yeah, and if you're having problems dying, you can always increase your bonfire to 20 Estus. We're going to circle around and then kill, because you'll tink if you try and run an R1 attack it early. Maybe this route isn't the best. It's a route. It's a beat. If you're using a divine weapon or an occult weapon, there's a white titanite slab. I'll probably mention that every time I run past it. I don't have the step. I need 16 levels in faith, not 15. I am sad. Remember to block if he does the plunge attack thingy. Blocked. Thankfully we have the blooming moss. So if you land just right, you actually don't have to fight skeletons early on. You can pull him over here. Just make sure you don't go too far that way, because you'll run into the giant. Giant skulls. Oh, we aggroed him anyway. Nice. Alright, whatever. Nice! That's cool. I like this game. This game's great. This game is fan-fucking-tastic. How, you fucker. Careful with that grab. I need to find a better strat, to be honest. 16 levels in that. Remember, next time, not 15 levels, 16 levels in Faith. And that will get us the ability to use the weapon. Will that permanently kill the crystal, the skeleton, so that we can just one-on-one with, what's his bug? What am I actually gonna do? Do I want to do it that way, though? Yeah, we should have picked that up. Damn. Nope, we're gonna go do Bed of Chaos. Can we do Bed of Chaos first? We have 8. We need 1 more humanity. Are you kidding me? Patris, get over here. I'm regretting not picking up the rare ring of sacrifice at the top of Sun's Fortress. Oh well. Cool. Die, bitch. Don't die, bitch. Cool. Now we're going to make the long haul all the way back down to, do I have fire bombs? What am I doing? Hello? Okay, we have fire bombs. Cool. Do I have? I've played this game so many times, it's hard to remember what items I get and not. Yeah, we needed rare ring of sacrifice. I messed up. I'll have to write notes to show you the actual pathing. I showed you the rare ring of sacrifice at the top of Sen's Fortress. With the great club path. So there's that. Oh shit, get back. I hate this game. Why am I doing this again? Go to hell, ED. I know I don't have to, and I really want to. It's just, I guess today I'm tired. Maybe I should have done it earlier on in the day. Oh well. I'll have to make better tutorials. Might have died. We'll see. We didn't die. Cool. And we didn't take any fall damage. Nice. Alright, let's go. What's up, dude? I go this way so I don't aggro those guys. Because those guys are annoying. They're fairly easy to dodge if you turn around and watch them, but why do that when you don't have to? Now a really long running segment. Feels bad, man. Again, since this is any percent, we're not going to kill the fire sage, and we're not going to kill the centipede demon. I will eventually do all bosses. And the weapons of choice for me to do all bosses. Hi, Anya. Anya, wow, I'm tired. Hi, Rice Butter. Love you too. Hope you're doing well today. And you say yes. Oops. You can kick him twice and it'll make him move faster. Oops. I'm gonna sit down here because you can also teleport here. All the other bonfires in this area you cannot teleport to, so remember that if you're teleporting back to Undead Parachuting thing, make sure you don't sit at the bonfire and just bone back, so you can go back to any of the bonfires where you're at. Because otherwise you're going to have to run from this bonfire, because it's the only bonfire you can teleport. Or, sorry, back to. Hello, Comrade Dad. Well, howdy. How are you doing? So, once again, 30 is stuck. Nice. 30 humanity is all you need in order to unlock the shortcut. And you have to be in the Covenant to unlock the shortcut. If you leave the Covenant before you unlock the shortcut, once you unlock the shortcut, it doesn't matter. But if you... He's still stuck, what a loser. If you... Oh yeah, absolutely. Once you were able to turn in all 30 at once, just sitting there forever sucks. Hey, Big O. Yeah, it's not my fault that I didn't get it. Alright? I didn't have 9 humanity. I just wanted to be a pretty boy. How are you doing tonight, Big Al? We don't. I'm almost done with the Black Knight Halberd. Mostly accurate pathing for Edie. There's a couple of tweaks that I need to make to this video. I actually need to write down the notes myself so I don't forget. And then remake the video, but for now it'll just have to do. Yesterday I did the path that I am intending for her to do in its entirety. So she can just watch the video and take notes from that, or just watch the video. And that way she can make progress without me having to coach her the whole way. Nice. guess I didn't roll. Oh, so I killed the NPCs and the bosses drop humanity. You can also get 4 humanity. Alright, I don't care. I'm not gonna do it again. You shoot the bow, shoot the arrow, he's gonna walk off the ledge. I'm not gonna do it because I'm lazy. This guy tracks like a boss, though, so be careful. Even in mid-leap, he can track like a boss. So for humanity, if you either 4 or 6 humanity, if you do Patch's quest line, forgive him. He goes back up to Firelink Shrine, and you'll see him just on the other side of Framped, and you can buy it from him. Hey Miso, I love you. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hello before you left. Hope you have a wonderful evening. And again, I love you very much. How many to open the shortcut? Oh yeah, Big L. It's 30 to open up the shortcut. And not using them before getting there is a great way to do it. Oh, cabbage. I'll help her find ways to get the humanity to make up for what she lost. Or I could just drop it for her. But I know she won't like that. Or rather, Big Al won't like that. Or Magnus, sorry. Magnus won't like that. He said merch? Oh, what? If the Titanite lizard runs off, you can just quit out, come back in. Remember that the animation of you quitting out and coming back in is actually, you have your character spawn into the game, so you aggro in the game. Before you're able to do anything in the game, things in the area can aggro to you. So just remember that if you quit out. I like to quit out because I'm a bitch, I'm a lover. I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna get the rare ring of sacrifice here. Do-wap, do-wap, boop-bap, ba-doo-da-day. Just gonna have to do a little bit more of backtracking. Oh, that's awkward. Rare ring of sacrifice, boys. These guys just fire in a line. Once they start breathing, they stay there. I don't know if they turn in this game. They turn in Dark Souls 3. No one's scared of Magnus. Oh wait, he's here. Oh god. Oh god. There should be a phobia of Magnus is watching you and shaking his head for you cheating. That should definitely be a phobia. It's like the duck anywhere in the world, the magnophobia. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm referring to. The one about the ducks. A duck's watching you. See, Magnus lurks just enough to where if you're not actually actively looking at the participants in the channel, he'll poke out and just say, "I'm leaving." So remember, 5 back. Oh fuck. I missed. That's awkward. Good thing I have 4. I don't know why it drifts. That drift actually could kill me. We're still gonna take damage, but that's okay. Oh, I've never had that happen before. If you take too long, there's a flame that shows up, in a cone, and it will mess you up. Nice! Firestorm inside again! How many times is that gonna happen? We don't actually need this bonfire. Oh, yeah. Back to Big L. You get humanity from killing bosses. You get humanity from killing NPCs. You can get humanity from killing rats. Rats drop humanity decently well. I can show you a place to farm those. It's in the place where the Gaping Dragon is. You know what? I'm just gonna get up to 32 so I can one-hand it. Yeah. Firestorm in here is just... Why? Why, FromSoft? Why do you do this? Why are you such douchebags? Hey, Sinatra. Have you been lurkies? It's okay. Just wanted to say I love you. And I'm glad you're... so now we're going to do, Four Kings. After we go +5. I forgot. How was this run? It's okay. It's, I'm dying a lot. There's a lot of things I could be doing more, be doing it safer, but I'm also not paying attention as much as I should be because I'm talking about what I'm doing. Oh, yeah. No worries, dude. I can say it again. Yeah, no worries. I'm also going to be doing a lot of other weapons, and it's not just for ED. It's just right now it's for ED. I'm explaining so much about this game, though. My head hurts. And not finishing my sentences. But you need 30 humanity, and I recommend killing rats. NPCs drop humanity as well. Consuming Firekeeper souls actually give you 5 humanity. Yeah, you could do a little rat farming. People are gonna be like, no, you don't need to do that. Wait, I have no life. I'm gonna make someone who doesn't really know this game act like they don't know anything about the game, because I know so much about the game and I'm so amazing at this game. Like, I've beaten it like twice now. Shut up, kids. It's not so much about what worked for you, it's about what works for the person playing the game. It's also their playthrough, not your playthrough. Shut up. That's why I did this. It's because I didn't want Edie to have a bunch of people pulling her in different directions and having the run take that much longer. Lefty! Sorry for not talking much last night. I was just really tired and my back was hurting, so I wanted to just be cozies. I had a lot of fun watching you. You got some attitude. You also talk down on yourself. Guys, Lefty is a legend in the Dark Souls community. Just letting you know. Best way to find those 10 twinklings. Yeah, so I explain it in the VOD, but I can explain it now. So, killing... I'll beat the game, and then I'll get all the way up to Gwyn, and then I'll show you, places where you can farm both humanity. Like, I'll actually walk my character to them and show you where you can do all that stuff. It's really no big deal. I can teleport. It's fine. Like, I don't care. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you died a lot. So, Lefty, if you want to explain what you're doing, I'm sure lots of people love to watch you who've played, he's playing Bloodborne right now. I think it's New Game Plus 6 that he's doing, where he's trying to find optimized levels and things, levels and weapons and all that stuff. He's routing. Crabs are great. Oh, the clams! Yes, clams at the Crystal Cavern cave. So after you kill after you kill Seeds, you can sit at the bonfire and infinitely farm them. But by that point, it's a little late. But I guess if Edie wants to transition in her playthrough right now, transition to Black Knight Halberd, then yeah, that'll totally work. Oh, your playthrough. Got it. I forgot to put on the ring. Oops. I was like, huh, why am I still invisible? Oh, that's why I'm still invisible. I didn't swap my ring. So this is a mini deaths run, right? I'm actually gonna go to the bathroom really fast. Lefty, that's how you get good at the game, right? You just constantly push yourself to do better, do more, get good, right? Yeah. Lefty has a really big challenge in front of him, and I'm really proud of him for pushing through. Dropped it for 6 months and finished it. Ah, okay. Whee! Nice. I'm good at this game. So, they have hyper armor when they launch. That's what I keep forgetting. There's nothing wrong with having a preference as to which one you prefer, right? I mean, it's a preference. Feels weird, man. Okay, good to know. Ooh. I didn't know the aggro range of the ghosts, and now I do. Down, 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 down. Pick up my souls, not that I need them. Instead of going straight, we're gonna dodge the side. Because the knights can lunge through. We're gonna run the fire. Dude, Dual Cestus is so much fun. Yeah, I'll just drop this. So I drop an item so that I have a point of reference to return to. Nice! I hate this game. I'm gonna die. I didn't die. I'm not dying. I'm gonna die. Ah, I just barely spaced it. And with these bosses, you can actually hit them a couple of seconds after they... Ooh, spicy. Remember to double heal. Remember to get hit in the back. Remember to get hit in the face. Remember to get hit in the side. Oh yeah. Heal, please. Thank you. Remember that if you take too long, you'll have them respawn. I'm so dead! Yep. Nice. Oh my god! You can actually run around this. And it won't hit you as long as you space it correctly. And the last one's gonna spawn in, and he's probably gonna do the same thing! Because I hate this game! Yeah. You'll learn to appreciate the mechanics of 2 and 3 if you beat 1. It gets progressively better. Different, but improved. Alright, so... Yeah, you don't have to play them all. Don't be like those peeps. Cool. So now we're gonna go to Orlando, right? Killed Nito. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's easy to get frustrated at Dark Souls 1s. You can go 3 ways, 2 ways. There's a couple of ways to go, and you can get lost pretty easily. don't have quite a few hours in the game. What am I doing? You know what? I don't need more health. I want more stamina. So 40 stamina is the max benefit for equipment. No. So 40 stamina without any other items will get you 160. 40 endurance, 40 levels in endurance will get you 160 stamina without any items or anything like that. It caps, it's a hard cap at 40 for stamina bar, but you can increase your... No. I don't know what I'm talking about. There's a hard cap for weight capacity from endurance. At 40? Oh. I'm gonna stop talking now. There's a hard cap with one of them. Either weight capacity or endurance bar. Either way. You don't really need much more than 40 is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you can iframe through them. Yep, yep, yep. And then you run here and they're like, ah, I'm angry. And you're like, haha, you're dumb. Be careful though, because if you're doing no hit, they can still hit you through it. And that guy can start running up. Yep, like he is done. Funnily enough, you can't sit down at the bomb. Even if you quit out, and you reset the position of the boar that's closest to the bonfire is actually close enough to where you can actually sit at the bonfire. No worries, German. Love you and appreciate you regardless of how much you talk. Like I said a couple of times yesterday, this place is, I'm a coworker. You come here to chill. Or do whatever you want. Alright. If you want to talk, talk. If you don't want to talk, don't talk. Your presence is appreciated regardless. um... Ooh. Sorry, Big L. I'm not... I will demonstrate it in a much smaller video. How about that? I will show you how to do Duke Skip. Will I do Duke Skip? This playthrough? No, I will not. I'm dead. I'm dead here? It's actually... You can parry these guys, obviously. Because they're just hollows. With crystals, they do more damage. Yeah, it's actually pretty chill. I'm not gonna lie. It's a pretty easy skip. If you have the lineups and you practice it a little bit. But yeah, it's gonna be a much shorter video. Yeah, that's true. But if you do Duke Skip and you want to free Big Hat Logan and get the Firekeeper Soul, if you want to get both of those things, I'll show you a funny trick in prison. This is one of the twinklies that you can get. I'll give you 2. Can you do exclamation mark social or socials? It's one of the 2. So this is why we do the rare ring of sacrifice. It won't. It'll save our souls. It'll save our humanity. It'll keep us human if we're human. But we won't get cursed. And since we're naked, we curse really quickly. And what's really annoying about this game, if you die, the curse bar still builds up until you fully die. And the screen goes black. It's so stupid. So, I'm gonna kill this guy, right? As intended. You're gonna sit down here. Yeah. Alright, take care, German. Love you. Yeah, so the Hitless community, and I'm just going off of that, is said that it's a scripted death. It's an intended route, so it doesn't count as a hit. It doesn't count as a death. So what's fun is you can teleport now on the outside of the cell. You can't do that inside the cell. You cannot teleport out of the cell if you're in the cell. If you're outside the cell and you sit down, you can teleport. It's pretty stupid. Apparently they just made a square of you can't teleport. I think they just used the spell of like tranquility or whatever. The one that you can't teleport if they cast a spell on you, like karmic justice. That spell makes it so you can't roll and you can't teleport if you're in a circle, and I think they use that spell magic in that area. Yeah, so if you use the skip, that's why you'd use it. Like I said, if you wanted to free Big Hat Logan, you would do the skip, then you would, oh, you can kill these for humanity as well. You can farm these for humanity. So if ED needs humanity, you can just kill these a bunch of times. And they respawn every cycle. Every time you go back. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, so the Duke's Archives bonfire, which is the last bonfire before Siege, that's where the key is to the cell, right? And so this weapon's too fast. It's a broken weapon, I know. It's dumb. The running R1 is fast. See, if you just do this, but if you do this, you have the slight movement forward, so you're not wasting time. If that makes sense. It's easier to space attacks, and it does more damage to do the running R1 than just the standing R1. But what I was saying is, oh yeah, you sit at the Duke's Archives, and then you can sit back here if you want to. Yeah, it does more poison damage as well, and it staggers them, right? What I'm saying is, if you return back to this prison, you can just teleport out of prison. You're not supposed to, but you can, because if you just sit outside the cell. You don't have to walk back. It's not that far of a run, but it's still annoying. So if you wanted to farm and then teleport out again, yes, to farm. So you just get a bunch of bones, or you get the spell homeward, or you use the... Oh, it didn't drop the trident. um, the dark side. To just go run all the way down, kill him, run. Instead of running all the way back up, you just bone homeward, dark side. Rinse, wash and rinse. Make sure that you have at least 10 humanity consumed. You've never had a drop? Well, good. It's the lowest drop rate in the game. Even with max atom find, it's really low. So I actually learned something cool with a speedrun today. No. With this guy, if you have hidden body and you shoot an arrow here, he will turn around and pay attention to that. So you drop down and you can turn it and he won't notice you. As long as you have Hush or Ball Control. So you get this guy to aggro. You spam. See? That's the difference. If you have Fog Ring on, you'll get hit in the head. If you don't have Fog Ring on, you won't get hit in the head. So all those no-hit runners are just pansies. It's a very small flex. I'm just saying, small flex. Yeah, so basically all of my videos are just me doing playthroughs and routes that I would recommend for new or intermediate players. And the whole time I'm just giving feedback. Oh, in case you didn't know, when you free Big Head Logan from the cell, he comes back here. And if you didn't know, this gives you blue Titanite chunk. And in case you didn't know, this chest here gives you the small magic ember. This chest is an enchanted falchion, but a mimic. And you can tell because the chain is moving towards you. And every once in a while, you'll see the chest move up and down. And you can also see the tongue if you look at it. See how the chest moves up and down? Yeah. This is the key to Big Head Logan's jail cell, where the Hydra ladies are. And this is the Channeler's outfit. The guy's casting spells. There's a Channeler in beginning area, the church where the gargoyles are at. If you like prism stones, you get 20 here. Kind of cool. The Channeler outfit's kind of dumb, I'm not gonna lie. I hate it. Just like I hate you for liking it. Oh, can you do exclamation mark BTTV and exclamation mark FFZ? Those are the emotes that I have in addition to my emotes on the channel, in case you wanted to know. Oh, also, if you pay attention, you see the invisible walkway. The snowflakes are falling on it. This is a humanity, in case you wanted more humanity. I need to change it because I have Pepe hands twice. Feels bad, man. Oh, I guess that doesn't work. So if you use Fog Ring... Yeah, I like to know what options I have, right? And it's not always easy to tell. What I don't like about this segment is that you slide for some reason. Turn around, running R1. Oh, I didn't get a triple kill. I only got a double kill. Anyway, you can get a total of 6, 8. Um, Twinkling Titanite. And if you miss, quit out. Easy peasy. So they all drop. One of them drops a blue chunk, one of them drops green Titanite, and one of them drops regular chunk or regular large. In addition to the Twinkling Titanite. So as we were talking about earlier, you can do running R1, basic R1, and it will kill them. They have a chance to drop Twinkling Titanite, or the item that gets rid of curse. Curse something. Oh yeah, they do give decent souls for 1,000 souls is kind of meh, especially since they can one-shot you. To be honest, the best way to farm souls is just bosses or duping, and I'll explain duping later. I already did it last playthrough. We can do it again. Okay. So for this one. No. Ew. That takes so long. Gross. So for this one, we are going to have our bow on. I don't care if it's safe. It's boring. So he's gonna move forward, right? He's gonna go Aggies. Gonna turn around and shoot. Running R1. Now, technically, the Crystal Halberd +5 with gold pine resin will do more damage than the Halberd with RTSR. But you can like 5 hit him instead of 8 hit him. I don't know. Sure, I guess. Okay, so we're gonna go to Untitled. This is the place where you can farm Twinkling Titanite. You can also kill the green dudes. You know the trees? Down there and to the right. You know the tree guys. So I don't have to run all the way there. Oh, they're also in the garden right before Sif. So those guys drop moss, right? So the red moss gives you can trade it with the Snuggly the Crow for 1 Twinkling Titanite. Purple moss will give you 1 Twinkling Titanite, and the blooming purple will give you 2 Twinkling Titanite. Yeah, I actually use it in this route. Yeah, 4 out of 10. And so the next one actually is Warp to Firelink Shrine. So you know from the Black Knight Halberd up to, if you're doing the back way, right? Valley of the Drakes, go up the elevator, deal with the Black Knight however you want to, grab the shield preferably, go up and up and up. You can drop down and pick up the bow, the longbow with the feathers in the hunter outfit, or you can not, I guess. I always do. And there's the Titanite lizard there. That will always drop 2 Twinkling Titanite. Sometimes other stuff, sometimes not. Additionally, I'll just do it now, because I sat down here. You don't always end up... you can just farm them. They're pretty easy to farm. If you clear the entire Covenant area, there's a lot of them. So if you clear the entire Covenant area, there will be pretty much guaranteed that you're gonna get them. Yeah. So there's also another humanity, right? Hello, thank you. Here. This humanity. Yes, the blow dart guys drop purple, and a little bit more rarely they drop. Actually, I think they drop all of the moss. Maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know. It's not something I normally do. Because why fight those guys when you don't have to? It's not guaranteed drop, but it is a higher drop. Oh, okay, nice. Apparently I haven't been here. You can also... What's up, guys? Oh, yeah, that's fair. This guy... Can you buy from him? No. So, he drops... 2... Is it 2 or 1? 1 human. Alright, and the Uchikatana. The other vendor you can buy humanity from. I don't remember how much, but you can. Nice. I didn't realize he has iframes. There are 5 black fire bombs in the chest in that room. I'm not gonna go get them. There's gold pine resin in that room. Oops. No. And another easy access. Basically, you should have 8 of 10. This Twinkling Titanite in the bin is... So there's 2 from the Twinkling Titanite Lizard in the garden area on the way up from the Black Knight Halberd. There's 2 in that barrel. So what I like to do is I like to, with my dagger, run, pick up the gold pine resin, pick up the black fire bombs. I guess I don't need black fire bombs in this route. So pick up the gold pine resin, go up, use one of the 5 left black fire bombs, because I used 5 to kill the Asylum Demon at the very beginning, because it's a little bit faster. One of the fire bombs on the outside of the barrel will blow up and kill the lizard. Run in, use the gold pine resin on the Dars Demon, and then run through the Hellkite bridge. I've shown strats in the other video. I'm not going to do it today. I'll do it in another playthrough. But that's another way to go to Andre. Yeah. There's so many ways to do this. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't know if that'll be enough to level up one more time. Well, okay, so we're going to run all the way to there. Okay, no worries. Trying to think of other humanity spots. Killing the rats in the sewers good idea. But again, I'm not going to. Seriously? It's a lot less damage than I thought it would. Nice. Thankfully you have iframes. Oh, nice game. Hey. Oh. I could dupe humanity. I could dupe humanity, so I have 99 humanity. So when I inevitably get hit by Gwen, I won't take as much damage. It's good, man. I don't know why I have so many problems with this fight. I just choke every time. Oh, Cedric's on. Nice. I like it when people respond to you like 5 days later with, oh, that looks cool. Thanks. Oh, like I explained earlier, if you quit out anywhere in this stairwell area, the Black Knight Helmet guy will disappear. So hopefully I parried too late. Nice. Why don't I have my weapon out? I'm gonna get lunch attack. I'm playing so poorly. Oh my god! I'm so bad at parrying the fast attacks! I should just spend a day learning parry. Actually, nah, I'm not gonna do... Don't do this, Daniel. I should have just gotten 32. Oh well. Too late now. Past the point of no return, the final countdown. Blah 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 blah. Da 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 da. So if you have, I think it's 22 health. Speedrunners like to use the thrust attack of the first Black Knight with the Black Knight sword, not the Great Sword. He actually perfectly gives you, with a thrust attack while you're running, because it's a counter hit, it will get you into RTSR range. In case you want to use RTSR. I just like quitting out because I like him disappearing. Because I think it's cute. Oh, right. So, because we have to two-hand it, right? Because we don't have the strength to one-hand it, if you parry and then whip out your other weapon, you actually have to walk into them and then R1, otherwise you won't successfully parry. Again. I feel like I should just not parry. So what you normally do is you parry, circle around behind him, so as he's standing up he has to turn, but if you drink an Estus, it's like 99% chance he's gonna do a slow two-hand strike, which is the easiest one to parry. So it's a way to get him into a loop. I put myself into a crutch by only learning how to parry the slow attack, not the fast attack. So, just goes to show I have a lot to learn. And I've never actually fought him legit, actually. True story. I've only ever parried. I gotta get some hops, damn. So since quite a few enemies in this game can they can shuffle. They can swivel as they're attacking, right? It's a little awkward. I kind of want to have a one hand. But whatever. Ta-da! Dark Souls! We did it! I'm done for today. I'm so tired. Thanks for bearing with me for 2.5 hours. So the next run is going to be the Grave Serpent Sword. Actually, no. I think I'm going to do the regular Red Hilt Halberd into the Crystal Halberd. Kind of do a little bit more of the no hit strats. Increasing my bow to a level 10, doing RTSR for certain areas. Yeah, it was quicker than yesterday because I'm not used to having to get the embers, and so that takes a lot longer because I have to also show strats of how to get the embers safely, as well as get the requirements. Speedy Deathless? Except it wasn't Deathless. Kitten, I love you. Oh my god. You're such a cutie. Such a wonderful human being. Everybody go follow Kitten right meow. She's been doing Sekiro for a bit. Right meow. Hi Anya. Oh. You're actually catching me at the very end of my stream for today. Tomorrow's gonna be a little bit longer. But I'm really tired today. I talked for 3 hours. Oh my god, I did exclamation mark. Oh. See, I told you I'm tired. You've been here? What do you mean? I don't see you. I just have OBS. I don't have the who's in my channel. I will get some sleeps. It's only 6 p.m., so I'll eat dinner first, and then I'll be all nice and cozy. Um, I've been here this whole time, Anya. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow around 9 a.m. PST and hard cut off at noon because that's when my therapy is. So I'm going to do the a little bit more of the no hit strats for our Deathless demonstrations. I'm gonna die a lot again because I suck. Because I haven't done Deathless myself yet, but I know a lot about the game, so I'm gonna do these videos. So anyway, see you all later. I love you very much. You're a wonderful human being. Stay hydrated. Posture check. Don't be a gremlin. I love you.